I'm Aaron. I play Bramblespore, a Gnome Druid.
Hi, I'm Heather. I'm Lyra Nightshade, and I'm a Half-Elf Rogue.
Good morning, everybody. I am Ritz. I am a Goblin Cleric of the Twilight.
Hi, I'm Sapper. I play Sal, a Warforged Fighter.
Hello, I'm Kat, and I play Wren, who is a Tiefling Warlock.
Does anybody have any questions before I do anything stupid?
I never have questions before you do something stupid.
I appreciate the warning for once. Wow. Okay.
So, why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know why.
So he could listen to our Critty podcast.
I'm glad I wasn't the one that I had to bait that on.
I had to fill in the silence.
I appreciate you taking one for the team.
Lewis, you had to put up with me for the last couple days. You get a small break.
I have to put up with you for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you signed up for that, though.
Yeah.
You're the one that made that choice.
See, giving you a break now would just be cruel.
Yeah.
I can't let you get any kind of hope in that you're not going to have to suffer with this. So, last session you all leveled up to level 2. So who wants to go first and tell everybody what they got?
Ooh. Pick me, the Cleric. Let's go. I'm very excited for this.
Anybody? Anybody at all? Anybody?
Right here. This guy. Ooh,
all right, I'm going to pick names out of a hat if nobody volunteers.
I volunteer as tribute.
Why not?
All right, Aaron, go ahead.
Alright, so at level 2, I get my Druidic Circle. So I chose the Circle of Spores, which at level 2 gives me the spell Chill Touch. I also get Halo of Spores, which surrounds me in invisible. I am surrounded by invisible necrotic spores that are harmless until I unleash them on a creature nearby. When a creature I can see moves into a space within 10 feet of me, or starts its turn there, I can use my reaction to deal 1d4 necrotic damage to that creature unless it succeeds a Constitution saving throw. The necrotic damage increases to 1d6 at 6th level, 1d8 at 10th level, and 1d10 at 14th level. I also get Symbiotic Entity, so I can channel my magic spores so I can use Wild Shape to awaken them, and rather than transforming into a beast form, I can gain 4 temporary HP for each level I have as a druid. While the feature is active, I also gain the following benefits. My Halo of Spores damage, when I deal Halo of Spores damage, roll the damage die a second time and add it to the total, and my melee weapon attack deals an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to any target they hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
I shall go.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Mine's not as impressive, but, well, it's kind of cool. So, along with my Channel Divinity, I get Twilight Sanctuary. Anybody within 30 feet, including myself, at the end of the turn, or your turn, I get to either give you 1d6 plus 2 temp hit points, or I get to end a Charmed or Frightened effect, which would have been great last session. And then I got that extra spell slot, too, which is always great. And then the basic Turn Undead.
Turn Undead into what?
Into big chickens while they run away. Oh, I had that ready. And I get a cool way to regain a spell slot.
And that is?
Harness Divine Power. I get to use my Channel Divinity as a bonus action to get a spell slot back.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's one of the abilities that you can swap in from Tasha's Cauldron. That's it for me.
Beautiful. Who wants to go next?
You can go. I'll be quick. Pretty much all I got was Cunning Action, which is a bonus action, which means I can take a bonus action on each of my turns to take the dash, disengage, or hide action. That's about it.
Thanks, Quick. Who else?
I can go. That'll be short also.
Go ahead.
So at 2nd level, I got Action Surge, which means that I can choose to take 1 additional action on my turn 1 time per short rest.
Nice. That'll work. And then Kat, what you got?
Sorry, I was literally finishing it up as we were doing this, because I may have forgotten that we leveled up, or I thought that I already did it, but I think last time I was like, oh yeah, I'll just do that later, and now it's later. So it's fine. Everything's fine. So basically, I just got 2 Eldritch Invocations, and I have Beast Speech, which means I can talk to animals at will without a spell slot, and I have Devil's Sight, and which means I can see normally in the darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet.
I swear to God, it's going to come up where I say, it's very dark. And now I know for a fact that won't. That's unfortunate.
I have dark vision too.
Of course. Who doesn't have dark vision?
I know, that was part of what was taking us so long, because I was trying to figure out, like, if I already had dark vision, but I don't think I do.
Sal does not.
I have super dark vision.
Super dark vision.
Yes, eyes of night. I can see 300 feet.
Whoa.
Show up.
It's too bad the giant dragon is 305 feet away. You'll never see it.
How convenient.
Fair enough.
I did get one more thing for level 2.
Go off.
I got our first piece of fan mail.
No, you did not.
Oh.
Oh,
So-
you're talking about the cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. So I got
Nope.
a thing of Cinnamon Toast Crunch cinnamon rolls from our fan Janet in Norwich. So thank you for that.
Aw.
I can't believe they paid to ship cinnamon rolls from Norwich, England, all the way over to the United States. That is
Good.
I know it seemed a
Impressive.
little, excessive, but always appreciated.
absolutely.
Not if you use like one of the indirect shippings.
Yeah, but it's still, I gotta imagine it costs a little bit to send foodstuffs and have it not go, get abused, right?
Ooh, not if you do it illegally and smuggle it. I know a guy.
Allegedly.
I allegedly know a guy, correct.
there we go. So, who's ready to play?
I am ready.
Okay, so you all just had a night hit die roll?
Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to show up for everybody. So for level 2, rolled hit points.
Oh, okay. That works. I was real confused there. I was like, what? I'll be honest, I did not open D&D Beyond. I should have opened D&D Beyond. But when it comes to being prepared today, I am going to ask Heather. I didn't start thinking about what we were going to do. Like, I know what the campaign's doing, but I didn't start thinking about this session until 45 minutes ago. So, we are rolling.
But at least you didn't forget we were playing tonight.
No, I slept
That's
all day.
positive. Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah, well... 'cause,
No, who would forget about this session? Like, we have a reminder in the Discord that pings you,
Exactly.
and
Kat, did you forget about this session?
It
No.
reminded me 1 hour ago.
Of course not. Why would how could I forget? We do this every other week. It should be in my calendar, and I should be like, it's D&D time. Who would forget having this much fun? Yeah, I
Can't
forgot.
tell if that was sarcasm.
Well, no, what was bad is that Sapper has his own game with his other friends. So we were talking about playing Diablo. He's like, yeah, after D&D, and that's usually on Monday. So I was like, oh, did you guys move to Saturday? And he was like, no, August. You're in it too. And I was like, how the hell am I in? I'm not in your guy. And then it was like, oh, right. Never mind.
To be fair, we did move the week because last week was GeeklyCon. And Heather and I were up there at GeeklyCon. And then we did it this weekend to not go a whole month without recording. So, you get a pass.
Look at you scouting out our competition.
No.
Potential
Don't
backers.
make it a contest. I don't want to fight them.
Potential supporters, backers, stuff like
Yes.
that, yeah.
No, friends. We make friends and play games. There
but we're
was no
terrible at that.
self-promotion. No, we're not.
Yeah.
This is like a keep your friends close but your enemies closer kind of deal.
No.
No. Maybe we can get them to
I'm
adopt
so
us.
uncomfortable right now.
That is not what we're doing. We just go and make friends. Back on topic. When we ended last time, you had all gotten back. You were congratulated. You had saved the druid. Some of you went upstairs, and the druid realized that he was prematurely aged. He could not be healed, and he passed away after giving Sal the key that Lyra had stolen and given back to him out in the forest. And he told Sal that it was the key to something powerful. If I remember correctly, it was the artifact, and that it was said that this artifact could change the world. It had enough power to change the world, and he, with his short time left, wanted to give it to the people that helped him in the hopes that you all could use it to help the world. And he passed away, and the cleric on site tried to revivify him and got rebuked very hardly. And then you were all kicked out and sent to bed and leveled up. So it is now the next day. You hear I almost said crow yodeling. Both of those are very wrong. You hear a rooster cockadoodle doodling, and it's
You actually make the sound, please.
I just did. That was the sound.
You could edit it in later. Yeah, just that.
You really want me to make the actual cockadoodle, like the actual chicken sound?
No, I want the one from the hit movie Rockadoodle-Doo, please.
I don't know what the one from the hit movie Rockadoodle-Doo is. I don't even know if I can make it
awesome.
a
Just
rooster
look it up.
sound.
Right, you have the technology. Okay.
No, we're gonna keep moving.
You can do it. I'd prefer the yodeling crow, but that's...
I agree.
All right, fine. So you all wake up to the sound of a yodeling crow, and that's normal in these parts, it seems. And yeah, you are in your rooms at the moment. What would you do? Or would you do anything before coming down? I guess I should ask.
I dress, make sure I'm ready to fight. Well, plus I'm also proud of my armor. I shine and look really nice. And I would plank it down for breakfast.
Yeah, Larry wouldn't do anything before coming down for breakfast, I don't think.
Anybody doing anything special or just going down?
Just going downstairs.
Okay. So you all go downstairs to find the entire village burned. I'm just kidding. You go
Again.
downstairs and...
Again?
Yeah. Wait, again? We add in lore that I didn't know about?
Not yet.
So, you all go downstairs and you get some standard soup breakfast from Bryn. She gives you some soup, a couple shots of whiskey, and a fried egg. The village starts to wake up, and a couple people are coming into the tavern to get breakfast as well, when all of a sudden you hear a thud. The door gets almost kicked in, and a man with full plate armor and a sword on his hip and a shield on his back comes bounding in. Now, Ritz, are you hiding your identity anymore, or are you out in the open as a goblin?
Oh, I'm out in the open now. People love me.
Beautiful. So he walks in, scans the room, sees you, and starts beelining over directly to you.
Do I notice this?
Oh, it's very loud. There's no way you would miss it.
Sal will quickly move to get in between the angry locomotive and plate mail and his goblin friend who saved his life a couple of times at this point.
Give me a perception check.
21.
Beautiful. So you would realize he doesn't seem to be angry. He seems to be more focused. It's not an anger, like he's not beelining to hurt. He's extremely focused on finding who he's going for, which does appear to be Ritz. And he's going to try and sidestep around you to get past you without paying you much attention.
Instead of having my hand on my sword or my shield or anything, I'll move up, put my hand out, and loud enough so that he can kind of hear me, but those around us may or may not be able to. My friend's very small, and you're in very heavy armor.
Oh, are you here to protect the goblin?
Here to protect my friends.
Would that be the goblin that's right behind you?
I'm grinning.
It would be.
Okay, cool. I just want to talk to him for a second. I'm not here to hurt him. I have been known. You might have heard of me. But I'm not here to kill this goblin. Yeah, this one I've got some business with.
Okay. Heavy moving armor and floors slick with ale usually end poorly for small goblin-sized creatures.
I'm not that fragile.
Doesn't even know that.
I've already heard of your exploits. I kind of already do know that. That's what I'm here to talk to you about, specifically.
Come have a seat, and I pat the stool next to me.
He's going to walk up, and the Captain Morgan position?
Yes.
He's going to do that. He's going to put his leg up on the stool and put it, kneel down onto his knee and go, so.
I copy him and put my leg up on the bar, and I say, so.
How?
I'm on the stool, standing up.
Okay. Sorry.
And Rit, are either of them wearing pants, I guess?
The guy in the plate mail, he does.
Okay,
He's got pants on under the plate mail.
Can Red just be like sitting on the other side and kind of look over at the Captain Morgan post and be like, oh, like, just Tiefling face is like full red and spins around on the bar stool, like.
Is Ritz wearing pants?
Of course I'm wearing pants.
Oh,
Cleric.
okay. Yeah. Okay. So, you've got an embarrassed Wren over there, and Captain Morgan here looks at you and goes, I heard you and your companions here saved the druid and found him.
We did.
And I heard that he didn't make it through the night.
Unfortunately.
And I heard you were the last ones he came to speak to.
Yeah, and I give him a kind of wary look.
So you have the key.
What key?
I'm not in the mood to play stupid today.
I insight him, because does he look like I can trust him?
Roll an insight for me if you want.
Well.
Alright, so he looks battle hardened. He looks like he's been around the block a lot, and he's fairly no nonsense. He doesn't look half like so much evil as much as pragmatic. He's not a bad guy, but he's not a good guy. He's just a guy.
The guy.
No, not the guy. He's a guy. And he repeats himself. I know he had the key. He doesn't have it on him right now, which means he probably gave it to somebody before he died. And logic stands to reason he'd give him to the people who rescued him. And I understand. You may not actually understand what you have, but we're going to need it. We're trying to keep this nation safe. Actually, this whole planet, this whole world safe. We could use it to ensure law and order is maintained across all of the continents here.
Look, I'm going to put my hands up peacefully. I don't know of any key. And if I did, I would tell you about it, or I would have told the captain myself. And I'm going to look over to the rest of the team. Anybody know anything about some key? See? No key.
Sapper, you're just going to stone face it?
Yeah. That's pretty much Sal's reaction there, is he's like,
Can I...
I'm gonna go see what's got Wren so embarrassed and uncomfortable.
What were you going to do, Wren?
Where did it go? I had a feat, and I lost it.
You have two of them. They're on the edge of
Well,
your
no,
leg.
I had another one that I actually probably should have used before this, but I forgot that I had it.
You have
So-
three feet.
Can I forgot I have telepathy. So can I ask?
What?
I do! I have awakened mind!
Okay.
I forgot that I think it's like one of the feats that I don't remember why I had it.
I'm still caught up on you having more than 2 feet.
We're going to hear like just this really loud "oh" because like Heather has thrown something across the room.
I hope so.
There'll just be a scuffle and the rest of us will be like, so anyways, and trying to cover it. But yeah, no, so I have telepathy, which I forgot about until like right now when I was looking at my things. So can I ask Sal, do you want me to take it and hide? Like the key? I don't know if he can respond to me though.
It is intended to provide one-way communication. Okay, so he can't problem solved.
I mean, if you ask yes or no questions, though, he can.
Yeah,
nod or-
that's what. Yeah. So she asked like if you wanted her to take it and hide the key.
So you're doing this while this conversation was going on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll subtly just kind of move my eyes. No.
So he's going to look around at the whole group, except for Red, who sounds like she's off in the distance for some reason. And
I
he's
think
gonna
I was at the bar with them because I
Oh, okay.
saw on the other. I saw when Ritz did the Captain Morgan thing. That's why she had spun around.
I thought you were like across the bar seeing it.
No,
But, alright, so he's going to look at all of you and go, listen, I understand first impressions are a little rough. I wouldn't trust me either. If you have the key, at least consider come finding me. I can tell you all about our plans and why it would be a good idea to give it to us and work with us and join our cause. You can come find me. I'm out and about. We're usually training our men out in the fields.
Well, why don't we talk now? This way, because obviously the key is important. So we're going to put effort into finding it regardless, so maybe you could just fill us in now? Or could we accompany you to your field and you can fill us all in on the way?
I figured that if you were smart, if you're anything like me, and you actually have the key, you're not going to tell me or ever admit it in front of me. So I give you some time to talk amongst yourselves and decide how you want to handle me. And then you can come talk to me and we can do business. I also think it'd be a little rude for me to stay and monopolize your breakfast. If you want me to, I will.
I look at my food. Alright, we'll talk later. Cool to everybody else? I look to the group.
It sounds good to me.
It's for me.
Oh, yeah, sounds good.
All right. When you need me, ask around for Captain Devlin. He'll know where to find me.
Alrighty.
And he's gonna turn around and hustle ass right back on out of the bar. He's gone.
So as soon as he's gone, I'll huddle up close to everybody and be like, so,
I'm gonna put my hand up. Wait, how many people are in the bar with us right now, besides our little group of friends?
The bar is fairly busy. It's not like packed where people are waiting for tables, but it is definitely busy.
Perhaps we should finish our breakfast and head to one of our rooms to talk about what just happened. I'm gonna look around suspiciously.
Give me a perception check.
Whew, that's a 1. So a 5?
Yeah. No, you looked around suspiciously, but didn't see anything that caught your attention as suspicious.
Any objections?
that's a good idea. I'm gonna go head up to my room now. When everybody's done and ready, meet me up there.
Actually, I'm gonna grab my bowl and go. Follow.
Yeah, Brent's gonna grab a thing of bread and toss her.
Plate.
Yeah. Just like a bowl of loaf.
I'll grab my bowl or whatever I have in front of me and go up to.
I'll follow them.
Alright, you're all going up to Sal's room, it sounds like?
Yep.
Yeah, party in Sal's room.
Alright, so you guys get up there, and I'm assuming you lock the door.
Yeah, I'll lock the door and then I'll look to Lyra. You seem better at this than the rest of us. Did anybody follow us up here? Is there anybody hiding or lurking around here?
Do I need to roll perception or anything for that?
Roll. Yeah, give me a perception check for when you were coming up.
9.
Yeah, you don't think you saw anybody following you?
Okay. No, I didn't see anybody following us up here. I think we're okay.
And yeah, I'll lock the door and then kind of. So after most of you guys went to bed last night, we were given this, and he'll start the somewhat slow and uncomfortable process of removing one of the corners of his armor. And what hadn't really been apparent up until now is Sal doesn't wear armor quite like normal people. It kind of just attaches to his body. So you'll see some things that you thought were like piping start to flex and move and unlatch, and part of the chain will fall back and he'll pull it away, and all of Sal's plates can kind of move and reconfigure themselves to a limited degree, and he'll reach in between two plates and kind of grunt and be uncomfortable as he pulls this key from where he was hiding it in his own body, and then put his armor back up in place and reattach everything.
My mouth's open, kind of just like hanging there like, huh? Did I just see?
I'm just kind of staring.
Fascinating.
I have no idea what this goes to. It seems to be really important, and if he wanted Captain Devlin to have it, he would have given it to Captain Devlin. Also, some of the stuff he was saying downstairs kind of sounded a little like tyranny to me, but that could just be me.
Under her breath, Lyra's gonna be like, should have just kept the damn thing.
It seemed we were supposed to have it.
I will say you all hear a knock at the door.
I'm going to put it in Lyra's hand. I don't have time to hide that again, and that's uncomfortable.
Alright, Lyra's gonna hide it in one of her pockets, or
Give me
satchel or
a
whatever.
sleight of hand check.
I'm not trying to hide it that I'm hiding it from everybody else, but
Yeah, but you're going to hide it from anybody that looks into the room.
11.
Okay. It's kind of hidden. You feel like you could probably do better if you had more time, but it's out of sight, so nobody would see it without actually coming and looking around you. And you hear the knock again. This time seems a little more urgent.
All right, kind of going through some of the same process I did earlier. I'm going to release some of the clasps that hold on the pants portion of my chainmail and make a big show of like holding my pants up with one hand and kind of half open the door to be in the way.
You will notice that the hallway does not look like the hallway of the inn/tavern you were staying in. Instead, when you open the door, you see what seems to be an impossibly large library.
No.
Oh, what the fuck?
Hello? Have you answered? We don't mean you any harm. You promise you won't attack us if we show ourselves.
Considering I'm looking into a different hallway than what we came from, I can't make that promise right now. I can promise you that if you don't show yourselves, I'm going to start attacking and find you.
Relax. You are looking at our library. We've just, created a magical doorway into your doorway. We could have made a portal into your room, but we thought that would be rude, so we felt we'd knock first. And you will see, there it is, a fiery, almost silhouette of a person step out of thin air. And the form basically turns into a tiefling man with bright red robes and a golden signet right on his chest. And he bows deeply and says, "I'm Professor Alaric. I have a small favor to ask of you."
And you are?
Professor Alaric of the Arcane Circle.
The Arcane Circle. Do I know that? Do I know of him?
I will say you slightly remember that the letters AC were inscribed on the inside of a music box that was, if I remember correctly, prestidigitized by a little goblin boy.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll put two and two together and go, AC Arcane Circle.
Wren still has the music box, right?
I think you still had it, I thought.
Yeah, I thought you had it, but she was listening to it, and she took it for a second, then you took it back and prestidigitized it and then put it away.
So what is this you would like us to do? I'm gonna keep kind of peeking out the door, see if I can see anybody. Oh wait, no, he walked up, right?
Yep, he's standing right in front of the doorway. He's, like I said, a tiefling with the big red robes.
Some feet tall.
And he kneels down and he says, "Greetings. You may or may not know this. Word has traveled fairly far about the rescue of Erevan. Erevan actually was a acquaintance of mine that used to come and study in our library, and he was the keeper of a key that holds a secret to a artifact that can change the world. Erevan had plans to use it and has been researching and using our library with some of our scholars, and as far as I'm aware, he never got the chance to use it, which means it's still on his person. I would like you to see if you can retrieve the key and use it to bring it to our library. I realize this is a strange ask. I'm not here to use the key, but we would like to study it, as I have a theory that the key is the key is the key to understanding the history of our world. I have a feeling that it's connected to the Blighted Zones and is something that we could use to heal the world, but I don't think it's safe to use until we know more about it. And I don't want it getting into the wrong hands. I don't want to see it being used to conquer other countries. I don't want to see it to be used for personal wealth. So if you could obtain this key, I will pay you handsomely. You can ask for gold, any of the magical items in our level 1 storeroom. You can ask to join the Arcane Circle, any of these things, if you can retrieve the key and get it for us.
You're the second person to ask about this key.
Like I said, word travels fast. We are not the only group interested, but we would like to act in the interest of preventing other groups from getting the key and using it without the proper protection and knowledge of what could go wrong.
And if these other groups are just trying to save the world?
Is that what they're saying?
More or less.
Well, if you believe that you understand the artifact and can help save the world, I would be a fool to stop that, per se. But I would also recommend caution, as many times we don't know all of the details. That is why we don't want to use the key, we want to study the key. That is not something that powerful should not be used on a whim, we believe. We do plan to use it eventually, once we fully understand the consequences. Recklessness leads to issues.
It seems real convenient to, and Sal will be thinking that this sounds real convenient to the conversation we were just having before they knocked on the door. Can I try to insight check this guy?
Absolutely.
13?
Right. He seems genuine. He's, if not a little weird. I didn't fully describe what he looked like hair-wise, but his hair is disheveled. His robes he's wearing those red robes, but they are very unkempt. He looks like he spends most of his time reading and not so much time cleaning himself. And but he doesn't appear to be disingenuous.
Is there anyone? How do I put this? Is there anyone you'd like us to find the key before they do?
Is this an all-inclusive question? As I believe, I would prefer you to find it before anyone.
Top 3 worst people, or no, top 5 worst people to find this key in your mind.
If I had to make a list, Kale Ironclad would probably be near the top. Let's see. I would group all of the major city-states and regions, governments into one giant self-serving category of I would prefer to not have any one city-state or any one nation gain power over the others, as that would disrupt the balance of our world and send it into war if history has taught us anything. And honestly, those are the 2 big ones. I guess the religious guilds would probably be the other ones I wouldn't want to see have anything to do with it. As much as their hearts seem to be in the right place most of the time, they can be a little bit overzealous with their interpretation of the god's will. But Kale Ironclad is probably the big one, as he is a warmonger. He is a general who leads an army for Sale. He has almost taken over the kingdom of Valoria. He's infiltrated the Royal Council. He's set up a foothold in Ironhold. And if everything goes his way over the next few years, he might find himself to be the next king. If he gets a hold of that, he will invade the other lands. So if you find another cause or purpose, I'll understand. But please don't let that cause be war.
So if we happen to find this key, we decide to give it to you to study, how do we get a hold of you?
Oh, and he's going to start walking towards the door. Do you guys move, or...?
I follow.
I'm staying right where I'm at. He's
He's
moving towards us, yeah.
Yep. Oh. Be like, if you move, I can step through the door and I'll be there.
Okay, yeah.
I think I was back in the room further anyways.
Yep.
I'll back up, like 3 steps directly back, making sure I don't step on any of my friends, but not giving him full access to the room.
Okay, so he will step through the doorway and then wave his hand and the door will slam shut. Then he'll reach to open the door again and it is now the hallway of the inn. And he'll be like, I will be downstairs. I haven't eaten breakfast, if I'm being honest. So if you need to find me, I'll be in the, what is this establishment called again?
Rusty Sword, I think.
Oh, that's just dreadful. Why would I want to drink from a rusty sword?
No, you eat with the rusty sword.
Well, that's even worse. Do you know what rust does to your body?
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
And then he's going to look at Sal and goes, I feel like he wouldn't enjoy the rust.
Sometimes you gotta get a little rusty so you can enjoy being clean.
I don't follow. But I will be downstairs and I will go eat. If you find the key, please bring it to me. But also maybe, don't tell anybody that I'm here by name. You can just call me Steven.
Steven?
Steven.
Steven.
Yes. What can I help you with?
Enjoy your breakfast.
Thank you. And he's going to kind of spin around and go sit downstairs.
I'm gonna sit on Sal's bed and rub my temple for a little bit. I should have stayed in the wilderness.
I'll poke my head out and look down the hallway. And as long as it's clear, I'll duck back into the room, shut the door, and lock it.
Yeah, it is clear.
We've had this key for like 8 hours, and already it's inconvenient.
I mean, he seems the most genuine, but I don't honestly trust necessarily anybody yet.
Yeah, I'm still hung up on the... Well, I guess if Aravan wanted them to have it, he would have given it to them. He might not have been able to travel to wherever this circle place is.
I don't know, they said he was studying in their library, so he must have been there at some point. I feel like you said, I think if he wanted them to have the key, he would have shared it with them or let them in on things a little bit more.
Yeah. On the other side of it, though, I don't know that I trust anybody to give this key to, but I have no idea how we find out what it does or what it's supposed to be used for on our own.
Right. I think that Professor Alaric could give us the most information about it, but I'm not entirely sure how we go about getting the information without necessarily giving him the key, if we can do that.
Can anyone speak to dead people? Some people can do that. I can't do that, but...
I will say that Ritz probably knows that other clerics can do it, if he can't.
More experienced clerics have the skill to do such things. I do not yet.
And you do know there is a cleric in the town.
Is that the one that tried to revive him?
Well, yeah,
Yep.
maybe. So we know him.
But we may not trust this cleric.
But he seemed really broken up when he couldn't bring Aravan back.
I would like to take out my nifty little music box, set it to play for a little bit, cast guidance on myself, and do a religion check and pray to my god for some guidance.
Go for it.
Okay, so religion plus a d4. I'm rolling really bad today.
Oof. You
Yeah, no.
you pray to the moon goddess Althea.
Mhm.
You don't feel anything back. There's no feeling of guidance coming from her whatsoever. Can everybody give me a perception check real quick? It's going to be the session of
Ooh.
perception checks.
Nat
Nice.
20, so 22.
13.
23.
Back that up with a dirty 20.
17.
23.
Perfect. All right, so everybody can hear slight chanting coming from outside the window. You can hear a chanting sound.
Peek out the window without exposing my face too much.
You will see Captain of the Guard Mila Swiftarrow with a nun and a processional of what look to be monks in robes walking towards the Rusty Sword.
Do I know what kind of ceremony this is?
No, doesn't look to be like a ceremony. It just looks to be a traveling group or not like a traveling performance group, but a group of religious people following somebody of importance.
I'm gonna look to the group. Oh, guess what? Some more people who look important and odd are coming this way. I wonder what they're gonna ask.
I was just about to say, what are the odds they're coming for us?
And why would they do that? Certainly not to ask about a key.
Can I open up the window and shout? Hey!
Yep. So you do that, and Mila stops, and points up there, and looks at the nun, and then looks at the monk behind her. And they both look, and they both bow, and Mila nods and waves you down, like starts waving, like come down, come here.
Hey, before I go down, can I do a better job of hiding this key on my person?
Give me a sleight of hand roll with advantage.
Oh, thank God for advantage, hopefully. Oh my God. So 9, I guess.
You put it in a pocket inside your robes, but it wouldn't hold up if you were like strip searched.
Okay.
So were you guys going outside, or you just chilling in the room?
Yeah. Might as well get it over with, I guess, maybe.
Just about everybody here is a ranged fighter, yeah?
Yeah, I am at least.
I got some range
Alright.
spells.
I mean, I can do both.
I can stay kind of hidden, I guess, and from a distance from you guys if you think that would help.
I was thinking everybody stay here. I can't do much from range, and I'm built to be in the thick of it. I'll go down there and act as a go-between. If they jump me, you guys go to the other side of the hotel, get out a window, and get away from here. We'll meet back up at that first spot we camped at.
I believe they might also be looking for me, so I might have to accompany you.
Well, I can force them to talk to me if need be. We're getting a lot of attention. It's making me really uncomfortable. I don't want to see anything happen to any of you.
I'm going to climb up in a chair, put a hand on his shoulder. I'm going to cast my Vigilant Blessing, so his next initiative roll has advantage. I'm going to say, have faith, but I will stay back and let you initiate the conversation.
Try to, maybe, if you can, try to go outside where they are so we can see you from the window.
Yeah, I'll go out to them and make sure we can see each other.
Okay.
And then, alright, yeah, I'll gather my stuff and move out into the hallway. Make sure they lock the door behind me.
Lyra goes over and locks the door.
Oh, Sal, what have you gotten into? And I'll start walking outside to get into eyesight of the window.
So you go and you realize they haven't moved. Once they waved and saw some acknowledgement from Ritz, they parked it. They didn't keep moving towards the inn. You get outside, and there is, like you saw, Mila Swiftarrow, a nun, and a bunch of monks. And Mila... Go
I'll
ahead.
address Mila. I understand we didn't get off on the best foot initially. I think we've come a long way since then. But ever since we've got back to this town, and people have heard that we brought Aravan back, we've been getting nothing but questions this morning. Not dealing with it all that great. How can we help you?
word must have spread about Erevan and the items he kept on his person usually. We have Sister Maria, who runs the local orphanage. She has been in touch with the Order of the Sacred Flame and has brought a cleric from the Order of the Sacred Flame, Sister Leona here, and she gestures towards the monk in the front of the procession, here to ask a question of Ritz and your group, specifically regarding, if I'm to understand this correctly, a key to an artifact? And she's going to look back at Sister Leona, who nods and steps forward. And then she takes her hood off, and she is completely bald. She nods to you, says, "Good afternoon. I'm sorry for bothering you, but we know Erevan had the key. Erevan has been trying to figure out how to best use it to help the world, and I believe that this artifact can heal the sick and wounded and bring hope and light to the darkest corners of our world, unite the nations, unite the continents, and cleanse the blighted zones. But we can't do that without the key, so we have come to beg and prostrate ourselves in the hopes that you have the key, as it was no longer on his person when we went to check on him in the morgue." And as she says that, all of the monks behind her, it is a good 50 to 60 monks, all get down on their knees and all put their heads to the ground. And then she nods and gets on her knees and puts her head to the ground and says, "I beseech you, please, if you know the whereabouts of the key, please let us know so that the Order of the Sacred Flame can do our work."
Can I hear from where I am up top?
I will say that she was not quiet about it. She was projecting her voice very loudly. So yeah, you can hear it if the window is open still.
Am I familiar of the Order of the Sacred Flame? This religious group?
In your travels, you have seen them do good. Like, they heal, they run, not foster orphanages, they help the homeless, they basically, their entire purpose is enlightening the inhabitants of Arinthia. They do not, at least what they preach is that they do not believe that violence and war and poverty is what's best and what the gods would want. They believe that Arinth, the creator, wants the inhabitants of this world to live in peaceful harmony, not to misuse power, not to control or fight each other, but to find a way to come together. And they vehemently believe that the blighted zones are a punishment on the world for not doing so.
Okay. I would whisper that to the team while I'm peeking out the window.
Can I relay that to Sal?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Am I within
Good thinking.
3?
Yeah, we'll fudge the rules here. You can relate to Sal.
Yeah. And then at the end of it, she said, like, scratch your head if understood.
I'll place my right hand on the back of my head and kind of...
I just wanted to see if you would scratch your head.
Yeah.
It goes back into the window.
So everybody's been asking about this stupid key, and at this point, I really kind of wish I had it so that we could figure out. Nobody seems to understand what this thing does, but everybody wants it.
Give me a deception roll there. I'll say with advantage because you technically don't have it, but
Alright.
That's a little deceptive. You know damn well where it is.
This is going to be very bad. I've rolled a 12 for an 11, or we're going to stick with that 11. Oh god.
Okay. So she'll look up at you from the ground and say, "So you don't have it?
I do not know.
But do you know where it is? And you said others have come to look for it.
You're not the first.
Who else has come in search?"
Your mom.
I'm going to be brutally honest with you, sister. I don't know you or your order. I've heard secondhand accounts. You do good in this world, and that's fantastic. I also am very curious what you know about the Blights. I have a personal stake in that. But this key, from the amount of attention and the people that have been asking us about it, it seems very dangerous. I don't know anything about the other people that have come asking questions either. I would very much prefer to not get mixed up in whatever it is going on here. I'm not going to divulge anyone we've talked to, and before I say any of that, I don't speak for the entire group, so I need to go back and discuss this with my friends before we get any further into this conversation.
So she will go back up, and she'll stand up, nod to you, and tell you that is okay. That is actually respectable. I do not trust many other groups to have this key. If you have it or know where it is, and are taking methods to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands, that is admirable. I personally believe that the Order of the Sacred Flame is the best hands that it can be in. If you, though, are looking to do good and you can find the key, that is all we want. It doesn't have to be us that does the good. It just needs to be done. If there's anything we can do to help you, if there is anything you need, if you would like to join the Order of the Sacred Flame and have access to our resources, anything we can do to help you, even if you can find the key, we won't force you to give it to us as long as you promise to use it for good and to help the world and to ensure that the will of Arinth is done.
I'm just going to go out on a limb here and make a wild request. You don't happen to have like a book or an instruction manual or something for this light blasted key?
It is legends that have been passed down for centuries. I know the Arcane Circle has the most literature on it. Sometimes we go and we read their literature, and that is what led us to our current conclusion, is that it was the will of Arinth to do good, but it was also a test that if our species, our races, our world could not do good, then it also had the power to wipe us out. And we believe that it is free will and choice that were given to us, but the world doesn't always work as it should, and we feel we need to take action ourselves. So it's all working theories and map research and expeditions that we send. I myself am actually on an expedition myself to treat a plague outbreak in a nearby village. I just heard about the passing of Aravan and wanted to stop in and see what we could find, as we've been friends of his for years. But, sorry, no, to answer your question, we do not have a guide. All we have is faith.
Alright. I'm gonna go confer with my group. I could ask you to do me the courtesy of staying here where they can keep an eye on you. I'd appreciate that greatly.
Okay, but you don't have the key, right? If you don't have the
I
key,
do not.
we would just as well be on our way to the nearby village to assist with the plague outbreak. Sister Maria can point you in our direction and get you in touch should you find the key and need to reach us.
And Sister Maria, you stay in town here?
She's gonna look over. Yes, I do. I run the orphanage.
Okay. That if we find it or figure anything out, I'm not even gonna promise we'll let you. I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing. I just want to be done with it. I wish you all safe travels. I'd take some caution out on the road, and I'll give a brief rundown on what we're going into. Like, really, really creepy dryads. Those are bad. Stay away from those. And then that kind of wonderful morning, I'm going to go back inside and really, really wish to the gods I was able to get drunk.
And she's going to bow to you and touch her chest and say, "The will of Arinth encapsulate you. Have a good day," and start walking away, as all the other monks turn and follow her. So you going back inside?
I'll go back inside and make a quick stop off at the bar. Order myself a shot.
Alright, so you get a shot, and I'm assuming head back upstairs to the group?
Yep.
Okay. What does everybody else do?
When he comes in, can Wren just kind of like eye the shot and be like, "You can't drink that."
I can. It doesn't do anything unless I'm gonna say a quick prayer to whoever that God was just talking to. Like, please, for the love of you, just this once. I'm gonna take the shot back.
It's a waste.
You feel almost like you're about to lose your balance for a split second, and your vision goes completely white. I need you to make me an athletics check, real quick.
Oh boy. Hey, 22.
So you are about to fall over, but you're able to grab the wall and stabilize yourself. You almost lost your balance, but in your vision, just for a split second, you looked at your hand and it looked like it was flesh. Nobody else sees this. This is just what you saw, and then you lost your balance and then caught yourself and stabilized.
We saw him lose his balance, though, right?
Yep, Everybody sees him lose his balance.
You okay there,
Right.
Sal?
You'll see me just staring at my hand, a mixture of terror and wonder.
Now, I need everybody to take their headphones off except for Sal, for a minute.
Just type in the chat when we can put them back on.
Okay, I will do that. It's just me and you now, Sapper?
I guess so.
Okay, so you are going to hear a voice in your head that says,
If you want this, it can be yours. Bow to me.
Who are you?
you do not hear an answer.
Yeah, that really hurt. I was putting my fingers in my ears so I couldn't hear you.
That was quick.
Yep, it was just a quick moment. But you all hear Sapper say out loud, "Who are you?"
It's your friends.
We're your friends that you've been traveling with.
Oh, okay. Well, this is gonna be a fun conversation. Before we get into what just happened downstairs, let's tackle what just happened right now. I was kind of praying out to the void that I was flesh and blood so that I can get drunk and relieve the stress of whatever this damned key is. And then when I took that shot, my hand turned flesh and blood, and some creepy disembodied voice told me that this could be mine if I wanted it. I just had to bow to him. So I might be being possessed.
Well, that's not good. Do you know who the voice was, or whose voice it was?
I tried asking him, and I got nothing.
Well, this is a hell of a day.
Oh yeah, really not liking this.
Alright, time to hit the reset button for today.
I really think it's the key to blame. Do we really want to keep hanging on to this thing?
I don't necessarily want to hang on to it, but I don't know who I trust to give it to at this point, if anybody.
Well, the religious nun monks down there admitted that the arcane circle knew the most about this thing.
We could ask them if we can study it there.
That's kind of what I was going to say, is I wonder if we could not necessarily hand over the key, but ask if we could study, kind of get the books that Aravan was studying and learn what he was learning.
Might be worth it. Anybody but that other guy that we saw.
Captain Devlin?
Yeah, Captain Jerkface.
I think he's the lowest on our list right now.
I agree.
I'm more inclined to trust the arcane circle and then the sisters.
Yep. Okay. So should we go find, I put air quotes, Steven?
Yeah. I might have questions for him too about what the hell's going on with my hand, but
And just
we can cross that bridge.
and just go over and grab the hand that changed and is fiddling with it and poking. And does Sal know Celestial or Elvish?
Sal knows Common, Dwarven, Elvish, and Primordial.
Can she say in Elvish you spent too much time around me?
For the record, Lyra can understand that too.
Oh,
I think I actually understand it too. I'm not going to say anything.
I don't say anything out loud, but just for I don't know. Maybe I should have said anything in out of character either.
Oh well.
And in Elvish, I'll respond, maybe I did, kid. But if something happens to me, I think you can trust this group.
Lyra doesn't say anything yet, but in the back of her mind, Lyra is thinking that she still has to have a conversation about tentacles.
There were no tentacles. She's just gonna smack Sal on the arm and be like, "Don't talk like that." In common.
Hey, look, I'll face down swords, axes, whatever. I can fight that. I don't know what this is.
Being dramatic is what this is. Come on.
If your skin turned to rock and metal, you wouldn't be concerned.
I would switch back to Elvish. I would think I drank too much. It has happened.
My ear twitches.
Lyra's just staring off to the side, pretending she's not hearing anything.
I'm also going to I understand you might have a private conversation, but we should probably see what's going on with this key.
Yeah, I can go down and get Steven if everybody agrees that's what we're going with.
Sure.
Right, so Lyra goes out the door and down to the bar and kind of taps Steven on the shoulder and says, we think we'd like to have a conversation with you upstairs if you don't mind, if you're done with your food here.
Steven is going to spin around in his chair, and you are going to see the glossiest pair of eyes you have ever seen.
Oh, Jesus.
As he goes, "Hello there! Who are you?"
Oh, boy. We just talked to you upstairs.
In my bedroom?
No, in our room upstairs. Why don't you come with me? And has he paid yet?
Barkeep, another round.
Nope. We will not get another round. And Lyra takes him by the elbow and tries to gently guide him away.
Bryn Ironheart, the barkeep, is going to walk up and go, you with him? Is he with you?
I guess you could say that.
Alright, so if you're taking him, I'm gonna need you to pay the tab. Because, he hasn't paid yet.
What is the tab?
48 gold.
Oh, Jesus. Lyra's gonna reach into his pockets and try and find money there.
They are all empty.
Are you serious right now?
What? Why would I need to be serious? What is your issue?
Did you just rack up a tab with literally no money on you?
Well, I mean, technically, knowledge is money, and I am full of knowledge.
Oh, no.
I love this guy.
But if you mean actual money, no, I don't have any of that.
You have access to any actual money? Because you just racked up quite the bill.
I might be able to have access to some money. Give me a moment, and he's going to spin around in his chair and then go, "Can I borrow some money?"
Oh my god. Lyra's just rubbing her temples for a second here.
Be aware, if you say no, I'm going to have to spin back around and tell you that no, I don't have access to any money.
I don't want to pay. Bryn, can we work something out here?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If you get me the money, then it will be paid. That is what we can work out. Of course, yes.
We can't... Can... Oh my god. Okay.
What would you like to work out? I don't understand.
Is there anything that can, we work this off at all?
You plan to stay here for the next few months and just work at my bar?
No. Okay.
Okay, well then probably not, no. Unless you would like to walk around and tell people in all of the other towns how great it is here at this particular bar and that they need to come here.
I mean, I'd be happy to do that when I'm traveling, to tell them to come to the Rusty Sword at any point.
And she's going to say, "Hold on a second," and dip down under the counter and then pull out 60-page stacks of papers.
I thought it was going to be t-shirts to wear.
And then she's going to say, "Hold on a second. If you sign all of these, you will be officially sponsored by the Rusty Sword, but you will have to tell everybody that the Rusty Sword is your favorite place to get a drink and some stew."
What is the fine print?
It's all fine print. I have very good handwriting.
What is the catch? What am I signing exactly? Is that literally it that I'm signing? There's nothing hidden?
Yeah. And then she's gonna go, "Oh yeah, well, except for this part," and then she's gonna duck down and pull out something that looks like it's wrapped in paper, and she opens it and says, "Here is some tunics with our logo. You will have to wear these."
What happens if we don't, or they fall off, or something happens to them?
If I hear that you did something heroic and did not wear these, then you owe me the gold plus interest. If it gets destroyed and you tell people that you are sad that it got destroyed, then you can get another one when you come back through, and that'll be okay. If you get into a fight with a dragon and the dragon destroys your tunic, and the first thing that gets said is, "Oh my god, how did you fight with that dragon?" And you go, "The dragon was not that big of a deal, but I wish it hadn't ruined my Rusty Sword tunic, because that's my favorite place to get a drink."
Okay. Yep, we're gonna do this. We are going to be sponsored by the Rusty Sword. And Lyra, do I have a quill or something?
Yep. She's going to hand you a little quill. Yep.
Okay. I sign the line. But I sign it. Wait. I sign it as.
Oh god, she's gonna name our team.
What? Wait. Side note. Out of character. We need to come up with a name for our group. What am I naming?
When the Rusty Sword is my favorite bar on the Citadel.
Aren't we no heroes?
That works. All right. So Lyra's gonna sign it. I'm gonna name it. I've come up with this name on my own completely with no help. I'm gonna sign it the No Hope Heroes.
So for legal reasons, I just need to be clear. You're signing for your entire group?
Yep.
You have the legal authority to do that.
I do.
Okay, and she's going to raise her hand, and a notary is going to come over and notarize the whole thing as the witness. And beautiful. Awesome. I will say that your name probably needs a little bit of work, because it sounds kind of like not hope-inspiring. The exact opposite of hope-inspiring, but...
Well, we like to keep expectations, pretty clear.
We'll workshop it next time I see you.
So... Before I go up, where do you have our tunics?
She's going to hand you 5 tunics.
Okay. So I take the tunics and I take Steven by his elbow and not gently drag him towards the stairs and up the stairs and back to the room.
Oh,
and,
Mom, I don't want to go to bed now. It's too early.
Shut up, Steven. I get up to the room and I come in and I say, well, I have some news. Steven is drunk or something.
Jeez, what could be worse?
Well, I have got us sponsored by the Rusty Sword, and I hand out the tunics, and we all now need to wear these tunics. Otherwise, we owe the Rusty Sword 48 gold. And what? I smile. I was backed into a corner. Steven here decided to run up a tab of 48 gold, and the only way to get him out of there was to either pay it, which I am not paying that by myself, or get us sponsored by the Rusty Sword. And Steven here does not have any cash on him, or gold on him, or silver, or anything, apparently.
Wait, he promised us stuff.
Right.
Well, that's all back in the library. Is this stuff?
Please tell me that was just a really, really clever spell to make yourself drunk.
Well, where's the fun in that, my boy?
You're not. Oh, so you're actually really drunk right now.
Well, a 48 gold.
No, you're drunk right now. And then he passes out on the floor.
Wren is just looking at over at Sal with just the guy with the popcorn gif. Except she just doesn't have popcorn. It's just waiting for the reaction.
So, fine print of this deal. We have to wear the tunics when we do anything heroic, and if they fall off, we have to express sadness and disappointment. Our tunics have been destroyed.
Now, I need to be very clear. You didn't ask for a copy of the contract, right?
No.
Okay. Note to self. Got it.
What color are these tunics?
Oddly, right now they don't seem to have a color. They're kind of grayish. But go ahead and put them on.
Alright.
I put mine on, but I have my cloak over it still.
What color are you thinking of as you put it on?
Dark blue.
Yeah, it turns dark blue. The only downside is all the cloaks are the same size. So Ritz and Bramblespore's cloak is extremely oversized. And Sal's cloak is you ever seen a muscle man in a shirt 2 sizes too small?
All I could think of was his fat guy in a little coat.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like a crop top on Sal.
Oh, so I have a sundress on. This is awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
But it fits perfectly normally on Wren and Lyra.
I look very unhappy right now.
Wren is just looking at Sal, just not laugh, trying very hard not to laugh.
I am so sorry if one of you could have gotten out of the situation any better than I did.
I can go down. I can go down and pay.
You got what?
I can pay if we want to get out of contract.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got to discuss that with Bryn. She seemed pretty excited to have some sponsors people. Yeah.
Sal's just gonna be staring at Steven. I'm not going to murder a drunk wizard in cold blood. I'm not going to murder a drunk wizard in cold blood.
Oh, there's the episode.
That said, would you like some mushrooms?
That is the episode name.
Drunk wizard.
So, are we just continuing to talk to Professor Alaric, or is somebody going to go downstairs and try and get out of this contract?
How restrictive is this contract? 48 gold. That's a lot. How did he even
Lyra didn't really read the contract.
I asked about the fine print.
She just looks over at Sal. She's like,
I don't have a lot of education.
She's like,
here, hand it over. Let us take a look at it.
Wait, I was supposed to get a copy?
I'll be right back.
Yeah, let's
Listen, I have street smarts. That's it.
Real streetwise.
I get that
Picture the
reference.
forest.
Ren's just like, 43 isn't that much if you pickpocket.
I tried to pick his pockets. He didn't have anything on him.
Aren't there other people down there?
I mean, it would have been a little obvious, I think, if I was going up to just random people and reaching into their pockets for change.
Alright, so now that we're into like a 48 or 43 or whatever, 40 some odd gold investment into this drunk, I'm gonna walk over, take a pair of manacles out of my bag, one pair on his wrist and the other pair to the bedpost.
Whoa.
And he's gonna go, whoa, Fred, I'm not into that. Then he's gonna look down at the gnome and go, but you,
No.
I'd like to pick your mushrooms.
What was that?
I would like to pick your mushrooms.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
Can you turn him into an octopus with the mushroom?
I don't think I can do that. But here,
Alright,
I
let's
pull
go.
off one of the mushrooms and hand it to him.
And he's gonna eat
I
that
slap it
mushroom
out the
very
hand.
seductively. Oh. Oh.
No. We need him sober so we can figure out exactly what's going on, because we're down 48 gold. He supposedly has stuff for us.
The mushroom might sober him up.
Especially if it'll feed you for an entire day if it's a good mushroom.
Oh no, this was just a random mushroom I pulled off my vest.
Oh, well then no, that was probably a good idea. Slap that out of his hand.
I mean, if he throws up all the alcohol, he might sober up too. But
Good
Can I
point.
cast Healing Word to sober him up? Is that a thing?
I will allow it.
Alright, he better be worth the spell slot.
He's not.
I'm gonna whisper a booyah into his ears in Celestial.
Oh, booyah! And then he starts to, like, his eyes kind of flutter and he shakes his head. Ugh.
How many fingers am I holding up?
How many fingers are you holding up?
1.
Well, then one.
Okay.
And what am I doing back here in your room? Have you made a decision?
Unfortunately.
What's with the ridiculous...
Can Ren say in Elvish to Sal, like, we're gonna trust this guy?
And he's gonna, in Elvish, go, yes, I hope so.
And still in Elvish, you were drunk on the floor.
Yeah, we're not the most thrilled with you right now. Oh, I didn't hear what she said, but I'm just going to say we're not the most thrilled with you right now.
I say to Ritz in Goblin, what have we gotten ourselves into?
And he's
Can
gonna
all of
say,
you stop having conversations?
back in Goblin, an adventure.
I'm gonna say in common, you owe us 48 gold, so it better be worth it.
Whoa. Why would I owe you gold?
Because you racked up a bill without paying for it, and I had to sign a contract because of it.
Oh, well, the knowledge you can get from the Arcane Circle is worth more than any gold you would ever have to pay.
That's...
it
You sound like somebody with no money.
Well, what you
In
would need is money
primordial.
in academia.
knowledge is useless without action. And action, oftentimes in this world, takes money.
And then he's going to respond in Primordial. Yes, my job is not to take the action. It's to understand the cause and effect of action and guide those who would take action themselves.
I'm gonna go see about getting that contract. As I'm crossing the threshold of the door, I should have just fucking stabbed him. I should have just stabbed him.
Alright, so you go downstairs. Are we cutting to Sapper trying to negotiate this bill?
Yup.
Okay. Oh, Sal, what can I do for you?
So, first, I'd like to thank you for sponsoring our group. That was very generous of you.
I appreciate it. It was a no-brainer. It was a great
Yeah,
deal for me. Great deal.
Lyra mentioned that she signed a contract, and just to make sure that we're doing everything that you need us to do, would it be possible to get a copy of that contract to take with us so we can refer back to it from time to time?
I'm not writing that again.
Can I take that contract up to the room so that we can all look over it and take notes on it, so we don't miss anything that could be important?
No. I don't want you messing with the contract. You can look at it here, but I'm not gonna let it out of my sight.
Okay.
Unless you want to buy yourself out of the contract, which is totally a thing you can do, and then you won't be held to it anymore.
Yeah, that was 48 gold, wasn't it?
Oh, no, that was the original debt. To buy yourself out of the new contract, that's going to be 200,000 gold.
What? Fuck.
200,000 gold. Can you show me in the contract where that's specified?
Absolutely. And she pulls out a pair of reading glasses and starts flipping through the pages and goes, right here on page 48. It specifically says that the cost to terminate the contract will have to be any potential interest paid off in full, as well as any income that might have been gained while you promoted the Rusty Sword has to be paid back, so that if I don't get it because of you promoting, I get it because of you giving to me. And I estimate that you guys promoting for us would get us about 200,000 gold.
I'll pick up page 48 and kind of like look at it a little closer, and then I'm going to try to eat page 48.
Oh gosh, my side hurts. This is just great.
Oh shit! All right, go ahead.
It's not where I was expecting that to go.
I don't know what we're gonna have you roll for this. Persuasion.
Performance.
Yeah, give me a persuasion roll.
Persuasion to eat?
Yeah.
Oh, 0.
Ooh.
You got a 0?
Yeah, he doesn't get to roll anymore.
Okay. Well, she's gonna be like, "What are you doing? No, give it back. I need you to roll a contested strength check."
Contested strength. That doesn't roll strength. Does that roll strength? That does roll strength. 22.
Ooh. So you go to put it in, and you just see a hand whip out and grab you by the wrist and go, and you are basically held in a standstill. Neither one of you is able to fully move the other one because she rolled a 22 as well.
Ooh.
So you are both sitting there deadlocked in like a weird arm wrestling contest. As she just looks at you and she says, "If you do this, I'm going to have you arrested.
How much money are we going to make you if I'm sitting in jail?
But the rest of your group can still make me money."
Wait, the whole time that this is happening, is Sal still wearing his teeny tiny little tunic?
Yep.
Okay.
Does it break in the midst of the strength check?
I would say that it doesn't break, but it starts to rip up the sides.
Alright. I'll relent and let it go.
Perfect. Listen, what part of this contract do you not like? Well, we can negotiate a little bit.
It's nothing personal. I don't like being in a contract over an insane bar tab that somebody I have no idea who he is racked up. How did he even drink 48 gold's worth of booze in like 30 minutes he was down here?
Oh, he didn't.
So why was his tab 40 some odd gold?
Oh, because he asked for a beer, and he said, charge me 40 some odd gold for it. Who am I to argue?
What?
He only drank one beer, but he asked you to... Do you... If a guest rents one of your rooms and it gets trashed, do you have like insurance or stuff for that? What would it cost to repair or fix one of your rooms?
I don't know. Nobody's been dumb enough to try yet.
I'm getting real close to that dumb enough point.
Listen. If you would like to relent and not wear the tunics, I understand. I look on you and it looks kind of silly and it's ripping, and I don't feel like making an infinite amount of tunics, as that's not cost effective. How about the deal is, when you people ask where your group is from, you tell them you're from here. You're the heroes of Millfield, or the No Hope heroes of Milf, whatever they called you, and you came and were formed in the Rusty Sword, and that if any adventurers are looking to meet up, that they should all come here to do it.
I don't mind that at all, and I don't think any of us have any problem promoting your business. Just like the contract seems a little nefarious.
Good work.
Well, it also has clauses in here where you guys always have a room here anytime you stay as members of the tavern. It also goes over the free drinks and free food policies, and there is a path to half partial ownership of the bar, where it says that as long as you do this consistently and drive enough revenue, it's kind of work to own, and you would then own a portion of the bar with me here. That's why there's so many pages.
But yeah, we didn't get any of that information. See, I'm glad I came down here and had this talk. I'm sorry I tried to eat part of the contract. I hope we can move past that in our future business endeavors.
I believe so. I might need to food-proof my paper. That's eat-proof my paper. I might not let you touch the paperwork.
Yeah, but putting it in some kind of binding would probably be a good idea. If it's just paper, I can crumple it up and swallow that. But if it's like attached to a board, that's going to be a lot harder.
If you guys make me enough money, I can get a dude to come here and chisel it into stone.
That might be... Yeah, that could work.
Really rich
that way
person.
You could keep the stone version, and we could take the paper version with us, so we're all both on the same page all the time.
Absolutely, but we would be on different pages if you started eating them.
Yeah, that's
They'd
fair.
be all out of order after that page, and it would just be...
All right.
It would.
So I'm going to go give my group the good news and rough up a wizard a little bit. I'm going to try to not cause any damage to the room. Can't guarantee that part. I'll pay you for whatever. We'll make it right if anything gets broken. Put it that way.
Deal.
All right.
And as you finish that conversation, everybody, you down in the bar, and the people up in the room, because the window was open, all hear a blood-curdling scream come from outside in the town.
God damn it. There's always
Again?
fucking something.
Go,
run out.
heroes.
So we were going to your library, right?
Somebody needs us. I look out the window.
You look out the window and see a contingent of guards all running to the morgue.
To the morgue?
It's okay. There's just a party at the morgue. It should be fine. I start heading downstairs.
Lyra will follow.
I'll take off at a full sprint towards the morgue.
Oh boy.
Ren will run down to catch up to Sal and then follows him whenever he takes off.
So
I'll
you,
follow them.
You all get to the morgue, and it is full of town guards, and they recognize you, being who you are, and start making the way for you. As you find in one of the morgue drawers pulled out, and there is Mila Swift-Arrow shaking her head in almost confusion and disgust as she looks on what appears to be a body of some sort, unless somebody wants to take a closer look.
Ren will definitely take a closer look.
Alright, so this one you don't need to roll anything for because it's very obvious that this body that they're looking at is missing its head.
Like all of it?
Yeah, the whole head from the neck up is missing.
Do we recognize the body at all? Like the rest of the body as somebody we know?
Is this
There's
the
no
druid
clothes.
man?
Are you asking, what's her name? Mila? I would say nobody would recognize the druid man with no clothes in a morgue.
Yeah,
Especially
Ren,
without his head.
Ren asks if it's the druid, asks her if it's the druid man.
And Mila's gonna say, yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know who would do this. His head's gone. Somebody came in here and cut off Aravan's head before we could give him a funeral.
Where is the priestess at around here? Or the cleric?
Are they going to talk to him?
You're looking for the cleric? He runs the morgue. I would assume he should be around here somewhere. And they're gonna start looking around and trying to go through other rooms.
We need to go. We need to go get Steven, and we need to go.
And you're gonna hear a gasp come from a back room, and you hear one of the guards run out. He's dead.
Who's dead?
That? Obviously, he lost his head.
The local cleric. He's dead. They stabbed him. It looks like in the chest, and then they took his head.
His head
The
too?
cleric's head is gone too?
Yes, that's exactly what I said. Yes. Where have you guys been?
And the
We've
rusty
been
sword.
in our favorite place ever to spend time, the rusty sword.
Yes, I'm sorry. The best bar or tavern in the world.
Mila's actually going to put her hand on your shoulder and say, no, I saw them there. They were in the room. Sal here specifically was down to talk to myself, Sister Leona, and Sister Maria. I can promise you they were not involved. And then she's going to kind of shuffle you all outside as she starts shouting orders at different guardsmen to lock down the town and try and find some sort of clues. And then I will say that you, as you leave the morgue, you see someone somewhat familiar standing across the town square from you. He is in full plate armor.
Oh, come on.
With a shield on his back, and he looks so smug.
Captain Dickhead.
Can I perceive and see if there's any blood on him?
You can. Give me a perception check.
Oh, fuck you. Come on, dice.
Well, what's it?
A 1.
You don't see any blood.
I got a 17.
Oh, you also don't see any blood.
I insight him to see if he is smug, like I did something bad and nobody's gonna catch me.
He's going, before you get a chance, or you'll get to do it in a second, he starts walking towards you, arms crossed in front of him, and he says, "So, you don't have the key, right?"
I don't have the key.
I'll draw my sword and step towards him. No, I don't. You're welcome
gonna
to
look-
look for yourself.
Right at you, Sal, and go, "I was told something differently by somebody who I think would know better."
Did you talk
Did I talk?
to the
You desecrated the corpse of a good
I
I don't
man.
know. I don't know
Druid
what you're
man's
talking
head?
about. I have no idea what you're talking about. I
He's-
personally have been out in the open all day. Many witnesses. All of them saw me. I didn't do a thing.
Maybe you know somebody who did?
I know a lot of people. How would I
What
know
do
if they
is-
did or didn't?
Oh, okay. A BS meter.
Huh?
Said BS meter for 23.
Yeah, your insight check gives you the insight that he absolutely is giving off the vibe of, I'm not gonna incriminate myself, but you know I fucking did it.
I don't think we really have much to talk about, Captain.
Oh, we will. And then he's gonna walk past you and pat the little goblin on the shoulder. Be safe. And then
Yeah.
walks right past you.
See you next week.
And
Week from now.
then he actually stops right next to Sal, and he gets real close to Sal's ear, and he whispers, "Something that you'll find out about next time."
I say, isn't Sal like 7 feet tall?
Okay, so he stands on his tiptoes, climbs up Sal,
Oh,
gets next to his ear, and
Hey,
whispers.
you owe me dinner first, buddy.
But no, yeah, he's gonna walk by and he's gonna say something that you will find out next week, or next session.
Ooh.
on the bright side, it was only 3 separate groups that came after us.
So as always, you can find the podcast information on Twitter at rcrittypod, or listen anywhere that you get podcasts for the most part: Spotify, Google, Apple, Stitcher. And then Lewis.
You can find me on most social medias at Cruise Card Collection for all your trading card needs. Also play in Arena if anybody wants to play Arena. Let's go.
CRUZ.
Yes, CRUZ.
Anybody else want to plug their stuff? Nope. Okay.